Welcome to the fairy graveyard, where every creature dreamed by humankind was given life just long enough to learn how cruel its maker was. With pollen sleeping in her hair, she carried nothing through the gates but woodland, rain, and open air. No blade was hidden in her hands, no ancient curse beneath her tongue. Still, someone called her dangerous before her first song had been sung. They watched the way her colors changed. They feared the language of her flight, and every question left unanswered made them certain they were right. They never asked what she remembered, never learned the name she bore. They only saw a form of wonder they had never seen before. One word became a sentence, one sentence grew a blade. A weapon first imagined found a body it could break. A rumor learned to breathe, suspicion learned her face, and fear became believable when spoken with enough grace. Welcome to the fairy graveyard, where the beautiful are blamed, where they turn a breath to evidence and innocence to shame. Welcome to the world impure, where mercy comes too late. They gave the fairy monstrous wings, then killed her for their shade. She never was the danger, she never held the knife. They feared the story in their heads and carved it into life. Welcome to the fairy graveyard, where imagination dies. They named her, they changed her, they made her what they feared. They named her, they blamed her, then made her disappear. A mermaid lies beneath the harbor, her final pearl against her teeth. The sailors swore her voice enchanted every man she tried to reach. A horned child sleeps below the orchard, covered gently by the roots. They called his quietness a warning, they called his kindness something cruel. A dragon rests beneath the tower, built to praise the one-to-one. Its bones became a decoration for a war it never begun. Every marvel met a witness, every witness changed the tale, until the lie appeared so flawless even truth began to pale. One word became a sentence, one sentence closed the door. An enemy invented needed nothing more. A fiction found a uniform, a whisper found a throne, and those who feared the unfamiliar never had to fear alone. Welcome to the fairy graveyard, where the beautiful are blamed, where they turn a breath to evidence and innocence to shame. Welcome to the world impure, where mercy because of what they guessed. All the crime she might commit, all the harm she might become. Every future they imagined